I just want to take you to this little picture here. You can see obviously 3/4 of the goals you guys score are from wide areas. That's where you guys are most creative. But the right hand side as well I want to kind of focus on, where you play a part. Which if you're just thinking about as a centre midfielder, what you're known as, I wouldn't really, without this and without the detail we've gone into, expect to have you being prominent on this side. And I think Mo Salah, rightly so, and Trent get all the plaudits for the stuff that goes on here, but there's a lot of stuff that goes on that you're involved in. And until you look at it and you see the visuals, you wouldn't probably consider. So I wanted to just kind of take you through it. We see here, we'll let this start. And we see, this is you making this run in here. And I want to know why you're doing that. I'm going to show you more of this, but what's the reason for you to do this? And I've seen so many times that you're outside on the right-hand side, and you're meant to be a centre midfielder, and that's, by nature, that's what you are. But you spend a lot of time in these type of areas. Talk me through why.
Well, I know people don't speak about it outside of here, but I'll make sure I tell Trent and Mo quite often. I tell them every day. I'm sacrifice myself for them too. But the reason for them runs is to basically create space. You know, if I make the diagonal run, Trent can either play me in, or it creates more of a space in here for Div to drop there. You know, the space that it creates in there because the players.
That space you're talking about.
Yeah,
there.
The players followed me out, so it's more of a corner run. He's not facing the right way, but could either players in the channel. But because he's come, the space that it creates there for Div to drop in, for Trent to run into, that's something that it's so hard to defend. And that's I'd say a lot of my strengths within that position is running off the ball, you know, and trying to create space for other people. But also, if people don't follow the run that I make, then I'm free to get the ball.
And this one again here, there you are there, making that run out of there.
Yeah.
And again, Trent, and we've seen it with a lot of fullbacks, Man City do this very well as well, that the fullbacks are starting to come inside the pitch, and you create that space by making your way out. You see yourself go there. And at one part of this, almost you become the highest and widest player that they've got. And like, you're the centre midfielder. I normally expect to see the centre midfielder hanging about here. This is where I normally see you and think, you know what, that's where I'd say, if I were to look at Jordan on a football pitch, they're the areas I think I'd see. But in terms of effectiveness, one of the most effective parts of your game at the moment I've seen in recent couple of years has been this. And the ability then, when you chop back here, to give this man this amount of space. And we all know what he's like when he's got a bit of space like this. And is that what the main thing is, to try and get him or Mo on the ball?
Yeah, I think the quality Trent possesses with both feet, really, to get him in positions where like he can produce like that and get him more centrally so he can pick his passes out. And I can just sort of move and make the runs to try and create space for him, for more. And like I say, if the players don't stay with me run, then they can play me in and I'm free anyway. This is a big thing, being up for second balls. Beautiful. I have a good relationship with Mo on the side, to be fair, and he does help me because he makes everything look so easy and makes me look good. But I think you can see me positioning at the beginning of the clip when it's a long ball. You know, I always like to try and be off the back of the midfielder because I know when I play there, I hate it when someone's behind you. De Bruyne's really good at it. You always got to check your shoulders to make sure where he is. But I can be there for second ball. You know, as soon as that ball's played there,
so that ball goes there, you know immediately that you're looking to just get as close as you can to him to get that second ball. So even if
the defender wins the header, I can there to pick seconds up.
And you're on the other side of the two midfielders.
And they can't get back in time. I think that's a big thing for midfielder in that position.
So how good is this man? Listen, is he the best in the world right now, Mo Salah?
For me, yeah, but I'll be biased on that. But yeah, for me, he's been phenomenal for a number of seasons, and the numbers that he's got, goals, assists. But even his general play, his work rate for the team, his leadership within the group, yeah, he's an outstanding player, and hopefully he can just keep going from strength to strength and help us be more successful in the future.
Signing that new deal.
That would be nice, yeah.